Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing my 6-week pregnancy update. I'm not feeling very good and it's super late at night, so we're just gonna zip right through this. So if you would like to hear about my 6th week of pregnancy, then go ahead and keep on watching. So I am 6 weeks and 6 days today. I normally film my updates earlier in the week, and then I have a really long time to get it edited and uploaded and everything, but right after I turned 6 weeks, so like right at 6 weeks, I got a cold. My older boys recently started school and one of them brought home a cold and I just so happened to get it. So I just could not get myself to do anything more than the bare minimum. I was super exhausted. I never ran a fever, but I did have lots of sneezing going on and I was just super exhausted and tired, and I had body aches. I started this pregnancy with back issues. Like a month before I got pregnant, I started having some lower back issues, and I started going to the chiropractor right before I got pregnant, and I was supposed to be going 3 times a week for 6 weeks, but that's a little expensive. So I've just been going once a week, and with that sickness, my back started acting up. Like I felt like it was getting better, but then once I got sick, it's like almost like I can't move. It's hard to bend, it's hard to get up once I've been sitting down or laying down. So that wasn't fun, and then I felt like I said, I was super exhausted, but it was almost like I was in a daze. Like, I don't really know how to describe it other than I was just in a daze or in a fog. I'm pretty sure I was extra exhausted because I was sick, but since I've gotten better, I am still extremely exhausted. I know in my last update, I said that I started feeling like my energy was coming back. I lied. I am still very tired. I don't want to do anything. I just want to lay down and nap. So I am so ready for my energy to actually come back. Normally that doesn't happen for me until like the 2nd trimester, but I'm hoping that it'll come back sooner than that because I do have 3 kids and I hate being tired all the time. They need their mommy. Another thing is that my nausea has started. Most of the time it's just whenever I'm super hungry, so like in the morning if I don't eat within like 30 minutes, I'll start feeling really yucky and nasty, and then I have to snack like every 2 to 3 hours. I have to put just a little bit of something in my stomach, and normally it's fine, but towards midday or like in the evening I can eat and then I'll feel sick like 10 minutes later. It doesn't really help to eat, but I know that it would be much worse if I didn't eat, which I'm kind of thankful that my sickness is more so in the evenings because I do have to get my oldest up and ready for school in the morning, and then my middle child, Kaden, goes to school in the afternoon, and so I'm just going back and forth doing school runs all throughout the morning, and then we don't get home for the day until about 4 o'clock, and generally that's when I start feeling yucky, and then it just gets worse as the night goes on. Have not thrown up yet. Fingers crossed that does not happen. I think the only pregnancy that I threw up with was Daniel, my oldest, and I was sick for quite a few weeks, but I didn't think that I was pregnant because I was always told that I wasn't going to be able to have kids. So everybody was like, you should take a pregnancy test, and I was like, I'm not pregnant, I can't get pregnant. I seriously thought I had the flu or something that just would not go away. I was sick for like 3 weeks, and then I started throwing up one night, and I threw up all night, and then I went to the hospital the next day and they said that I was pregnant, and I was about 7 weeks when I found out I was pregnant with him. But that is the only one of my kids that I've thrown up with. So I'm hoping that I don't get sick with this one, or I'm hoping that I don't throw up with this one, because I am not one that throws up. I will do everything in my power to not throw up. I generally only throw up if I do have like a stomach flu or a stomach virus or something. I hate throwing up. With the nausea, I know that the past 2 updates that I've done, I've really liked the Cinnabon Delights from Taco Bell, but now not even those sound good. Like nothing sounds good. So generally I will get to like the 2 hours without eating mark, and I'll start feeling a little yucky, and then I'll start thinking about things that I can eat really, really fast. Then I will just think of something that doesn't sound completely disgusting and I'll eat it immediately. That's pretty much how I've been doing things. Whenever I'm sick, the easiest thing for me to eat is chicken chicken noodle soup. But my mom makes really, really good chicken soup, and so she made me some of that, and that was good. It was lots of good stuff that I needed in my body anyways, so I was very glad that she made that for me. I can't think of anything ever that sounds good. I'll just come across something that doesn't sound completely gross, and that is what I will eat. I do not want to cook. I don't want to smell anything cooking. Once I smell it or see the process of it being cooked, I no longer want it. I no longer can eat it. I absolutely will not cook ground beef while I'm pregnant, just because that was one thing that made me super sick whenever I was pregnant with my first child, and that's just something that throughout all my pregnancies I cannot cook ground beef. I don't like the smell of it. It's just disgusting when I'm pregnant. The first few weeks of my pregnancy I was very irritable. My husband knows how to push my buttons, and it seemed like he was doing that 24/7, like nonstop. That seems to be getting better. I'm not quite as irritated when it comes to him anymore. Don't get me wrong, I love my husband, but he just irritates the crap out of me sometimes, especially right now. For some reason, in the early part of pregnancy for me, he is just so irritating and he drives me crazy, but I love him to pieces. He takes such good care of me and my kids. Whenever I'm down, he takes care of the kids, and even tonight I wasn't feeling very good and I did not want to get up and get ready or go out of the house to do anything, and so he went to our oldest son Daniel's back to school night and met with the teacher, and I was so thankful for that because I did not want any kind of interaction with the outside world. I just want to stay in my house. I don't have the energy to talk to people outside of my home except for family, because they understand. They've known me forever, so they understand me. But for other people, I don't have the energy to put on a happy face. I'm happy, but I am exhausted and not feeling great, and yeah. Also, I've been pretty emotional since I've become pregnant, and I don't think I've mentioned this before in my updates because I don't really notice it, but at one point this week I got really emotional over something and I started crying, and so I wrote it in my notes so that I wouldn't forget. The first time that I got ridiculously emotional over no reason at all is because there is this restaurant here in Oklahoma City, and it is called Del Rancho, and they're shutting down my favorite location, a location that I've been going to since I was a kid, and I love Del Rancho. And it's not that the whole, like, they're not all shutting down. There's still a few other locations, but they're shutting down my personal favorite. And I cried, and that is just ridiculous. I am not a crier. The only time that I will cry is whenever I get really, really mad at one of my family members, because that's frustrating and I can't be mean to them because I love my family. So yeah, so I'm not a crier. So that made me really emotional. I can't remember what I was emotional about though, like what made me write it down in this week's notes. Another thing that has changed this week is I think I mentioned it last week that my boobs were not sore, or maybe it was my first update. My boobs weren't sore. They were a little bit more tender than normal, but nothing bad, nothing crazy. Now they are sore. I don't want them to be touched. I don't want, like, I have a 1-year-old and he likes to be held and cuddled and he likes to crawl all over me, and same goes for my 3-year-old, and it scares me when they get too close to me because it hurts so bad. And the last thing that I have to talk about is that I have been breaking out like crazy. I have like 10 breakouts on my cheek and jaw and mouth area, and then I have some up on my forehead, and normally when I break out it is on my chin and a little bit like up by my brows, but it's not this bad ever. And I wasn't one that experienced bad acne or really any acne as a child or as a teenager, so I got off really lucky. But now that I'm an adult experiencing this, I don't know how to handle it. It is very It's so irritating. But that is it for my symptoms for week 6. So I'll go ahead and show you guys my baby bloat. So there is my bloat from the side for week 6. So that is it for my week 6 update. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys are pregnant also or trying to conceive, please let me know down below in the comment section. Also give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. I just want to say really quick, thank you guys so much for all of the love and support. As I'm filming this, we are almost at 700 subscribers, which is crazy. So if you are not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below and hit the bell notification right next to it so you get notified anytime I upload a new video. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.